You're the one rose that blooms in my
I'm here with my 88-year-old grandpa,
sky,
Albert
a
Choquetti,
dark
in his
cloud
South
came
Philadelphia
down,
home on December
sharing my
1st,
life
2011.
in two.
He is an opera fanatic,
Don't
jack of all
leave me
trades,
alone,
Navy
for I
veteran,
love
and
only
most importantly,
you.
the
You're the
funniest and
one
kindest
rose
man I
that
know.
lives in my
This is
heart.
what he had to say. Tell me all about the Navy.
I served a little time in the brig.
What happened?
I came back late. We had Liberty that night in Philadelphia.
What's liberty mean?
Go home 24 hours. We're going to board one or two ships here, the Savannah and the Boise. It's all right.
Where are the ships gonna go?
I don't know where we're going to go.
They didn't tell you?
No. So I came back the next morning late. I was absent over leave for a couple of hours. They threw me in a brig, gave me 15 days on bread and water, and they saved my life, whether they knew it or not. The Marines come over and said to me, hey, sailor. I said, what? See those two ships you were supposed to go on yesterday? I said, yeah. He said, they both got torpedoed. Where? Philippines. Below decks? Yeah, that's where I would have been. And they had to close the hatch. Well, the whole ship would sink. And one ship had about 42 men dead, floating around here, and the other one about 30-something. One of them could have been me.
Well, if you didn't come back late from your vacation, I wouldn't be here.
So nobody would have been here. I wouldn't know nobody. Nobody.
That's luck.
Yeah.
Were you ever in jail other times?
Another time, the line was real long for the chow line. And I could smell the Salisbury steak outside. It smelled so good. And we didn't want to wait in line. I was with a bunch of guys from Brooklyn. We snuck in through the back. And we got caught. They threw us out and we had to get back in line. Another line was even longer. By the time I got to the door to go in, I looked in. They ran out of Salisbury steak. And in the Navy, when they run out of the food, they give you a slice of cold boiled ham and some boiled potatoes. I said to the master at arms there, the guy who caught us, did you have your Salisbury steak? They said, yeah. So if you turned your head the other way, I'd have been do the same thing. I got to eat boiled potatoes now and peas and ham. Keep moving. You degos are what alike. I hauled off with the right hand. I bonged him around the shin and dropped him.
You punched him?
Yeah, I hit him right across the shin. Down he went. I hear my name on the loudspeaker. Choquetti, Albert E. Report to the captain. Oh, boy. I put everything down. I went over there. And it was that guy who I hit. He had cuts around his mouth. And the captain jumped all over him. There's no such thing as a harp. That's an Irishman. A Jew, a Dago in this man's Navy. We're all Americans fighting for the same cause. I said, oh boy, I'm going to win this, I said to myself. Then he looked at me and he had my record in front of him. We don't take matters into our own hands, he said to me. Now, he could have gave me 4 days bread and water. He'd have to feed me on the 3rd day. Law. He gave me 3 days. So instead of 2 days without eating, I had to go 3 days without eating. This guy Albino was a friend of mine. He was from New York. He was an ex-fighter. He said, we're going to Liberty tomorrow night. Yeah, where we going? Norfolk. Okay. And a blanket. We're going to the blanket. I got a date tonight. I'm going to the park, and all of a sudden I see him running. And as he run, the blanket was opening. He had spotted the guy who called me a Dago. He threw the blanket over this guy's head, wrapped his arm around his neck, and gave him a couple of shots and dropped him. Next day at the chow line, he was there all bruised, bandages on his face. I said, what happened to you? Keep moving, he told me. So I don't want to start nothing. The following day, he was gone. They shipped him out for his own safety.
Did you have a lot of problems, like in your younger life, because you're Italian?
No. I had problems with one thing. I hated bullies. I hated when a kid would get bullied. It got so to the part where the kid who was getting bullied would say, I'm going to get out of bed after you, when the kids would leave him alone. Well, if I ever caught a kid being bullied, hey, you, come here. Bing! Right hand, then a left one. Drop. Knock the living daylights out of them.
What is a lesson that you've learned in your life?
Think positively, never negatively. I'm a positive thinker. I always look at the bright side. The glass is half full with me, not half empty. like
And that was my
I.
88-year-old
Hold your head up high
story.
till you see a ray of light creep through, and so remember this. Life is no abyss. Somewhere there's a bluebird of happiness.